Hey friends, so I'm here today to show you for what to use Wednesday, the items from Norwex that I use to clean a mess like this. Guess what I made with dinner last night? Yes, you've heard me talk about how mashed potatoes and I don't get along. So I actually had checked the pot, turned my back, and then heard the boil over. So with this type of stove, you have to wait until it cools in order to clean it. So it has a good amount of time to continue to bake on the glass top. So I figured it was the perfect time to make this video to show you what I do to get rid of that and have the stove look clean again. Some of the items that I use, one is the Norwex cleaning paste. And cleaning paste, if you don't already know, is not a paste at all when you get it. It's a hard solid. And it's supposed to be like that. But once you introduce water to it, it becomes a paste. Now you can do this type of cleaning with your glass top stove with cleaning paste, an EnviroCloth, and a window cloth, and pretty much have the same results that I will. I like to use the EnviroScrub, and it's an EnviroCloth on one side, and then it has these little scrubby patches on the other side. Sometimes if it's just a little mess on the stove, this is easier to grab. I use the scrub side with the paste, and this is wet with just water. And then I have the EnviroCloth right on the other side to wipe it up after I'm done. The one thing that I really like, oh, that's a little drippy, is the Sperry sponge. And it's a nylon and it's very scrubby, and you just wet this. And that's what I like to use for the initial cleaning to get this mess off. I also use a utility brush, but it's not necessary for cleaning your stovetop. What I like it for is we have this lip here on both sides of the stove and under this front panel where food particles can actually fit in there. So I like to use this to run along there to get everything out and then just wipe it off with my Enviro. And the last thing is your window cloth to be able to polish and shine the glass top once it's clean and have that nice streak-free shine. So the first thing we're going to do is to take the Sperry sponge or your EnviroCloth or EnviroScrub, whatever you have on hand. I like the Sperry sponge because it is very scrubby. So now you can see that once I rub it on the top of the cleaning paste, it actually becomes a paste on the sponge. So we're going to go ahead and give it a try. I think I let all the water drip out, but it seems to be working pretty good here. This is probably going to take more than one application because I did not clean this last night after it cooled enough to do so. I let it sit even longer. And that was so that I can make this video for you. So I'm just gonna scrub and then wipe it off with the Enviro side of my EnviroScrub. Or at this point, you would just use your EnviroCloth. Now you could see that took off quite a bit. I think you could see that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a wipe so we can see how it looks. And I don't know if you could see that on there, but there is all that burnt on mess that it picked up. So we need just a little bit more. I'm just gonna rinse real quick, just so I can get a little more water on the sponge. Normally I don't squeeze it out completely, but you don't want it dripping either. We'll get a little more paste. and then go to work on some of these spots that didn't come off the first time. I make instant mashed potatoes when I make them to go with whatever we're having for dinner. So in that pot is water, butter, and we add the milk before I turn on the burner, just so you're not adding cold milk and cooling down your mashed potatoes. And usually I stand here and stare at it. Well, lately I've been standing here to stare at it because this has become one of my not so favorite cleaning jobs, trying to get it off the stove. But thankfully for the Sperry sponge and the cleaning paste, I am able to get it off without having to sit here and scrape it. Okay, let's see, oops, a little too much water in there, as you can see, but that's okay. I'll just spread it around. So there was a spot here. There we go. And when you're using either the Enviro scrub or your Enviro cloth, again, you want to try and hold it as flat as possible. And that's why I like this for a job like this, because I'm only going to do the stovetop and the front stainless panel here. So it fits well in my hand. But you want to hold it flat because it does pick up 99% of bacteria with just water. So you want to hold it flat and not scrunch it up so it doesn't miss anything. So I just rinsed that off a little bit just to get rid of the cleaning paste. And next I would use my utility brush to clean all around the outer edge of the top here. But I want to go ahead and move on to the window cloth, which is our last step after you're done cleaning. You're going to use this to polish and shine without streaks. I may need to hit one spot there just one more time with the cleaning paste. But that already looks 100% better than it did when I started this video. Yeah, I'm just gonna try it with this since it's here, and I put the sponge in the sink and just give it a good scrub in those couple of spots that I saw. Oh, I can see that one's gone. And then wipe. Now, if you're using your Enviro cloth, you do have the 8 clean sides, so you don't have to go back and forth to the sink. You could just flip to a clean side after you wipe it up, and wipe it again if necessary. But that's how easy I can get rid of burnt on, cooked on mashed potato. Thank goodness it doesn't have the mashed potato in it yet. But milk, butter, and it's gone. And that's how easy it is to use your cleaning paste, your Enviro cloth or scrub. I highly suggest Sperry sponges. They come in a pack of 2 to use with your cleaning paste because it just makes some jobs so much easier. Less scrubbing than you would have with an Enviro cloth, but it will work with just an Enviro cloth. May just take a little bit more elbow grease. So cleaning paste, Enviro cloth, Sperry sponge, and if you're like me and don't like to see all those little crumbs under that edging here, The utility brush really does a good job of that. It pulls it out, and then I can just wipe it off with my Enviro. And now I have to polish again. But because it looks so nice, I don't mind. So that's how to clean your glass top stove. If you're the cook of the house and you're messy like me, believe me, I try not to be, but sometimes you have to do more than one thing at a time, right? So it happens, probably more often to me than most, but that's how to take care of it when it does. Have a great day.